Hey there guys, it's Kim George here from YourChicGeek.com, and I'm popping in with a new video. And before I even dive off into this video, I just want to say, wow, we've made it. We are in 2024 and it's already flying by. Isn't that crazy? But I hope that you guys are doing well and staying safe out there. And so in this video, I'm going to really try to keep this short and sweet today and just show you guys a really quick design hack and that I'm super excited to talk about. But before we dive in, I'd love for you guys to like, share, subscribe, thumbs up the video to help push it through the YouTube algorithm. It would really help me, and all of that good stuff. And then also for those of you that are interested in learning how to build a brand with to sell low content books with, you can head over to check out my flagship course, which is From Publish to Profit. I also have a new membership for those of you that want to get into the business of creating journals, either for KDP or for Etsy and so on and so forth. You can head over to check out the Journal Creators Collective, and then I have some freebies for you guys as well. One is going to be a swipe file and list of over 200 low content books, and the other is a free masterclass, okay, that talks about how I was able to go to basically start selling low content books and make over $1,000 per month. All right, so if you're interested, all of that information is going to be in the description below. But let's really quickly get into this video. Now, whenever I am talking to folks that are getting into the low content book game and that are interested in selling books for for low content books on Amazon, one of the biggest challenges that I know a lot of people struggle with is design. So really quickly, what I'm going to do is show you guys how you can easily design journals in minutes. Okay, peeps, so we are over in the back end of Canva, and I'm going to be using some templates from the Journal Creators Collective in this example to show you just how, easy it is for creating, or easy it is to use these to create, multiple journals with the interiors in minutes instead of starting from scratch, especially if you are design challenged. So the templates that I have in here, I'm going to delete this one because I think I was kind of testing, but the templates that I have in this set are these different covers. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to make sure that I created things that you could easily just drag and drop patterns into instead of trying to move things around and all of that kinds of stuff. So I essentially just wanted to try to make it as easy as I possibly could for you guys to use these templates to quickly create and publish books on KDP with, okay? So this is a travel journal template that we're going to be using. This is the cover here, and then this is the interior, all right? And so what I'm also going to be using is one of my favorite sites, which is going to be Creative Fabrica. You guys know I talk a lot about this because Creative Fabrica has a lot of different patterns and elements and design things that you can use for creating your designs. So as an example, if you wanted to use or create a travel journal, maybe it's for kids, and what you can do is come over and you can type in travel patterns. You can hit enter, and then over here you can just kind of start looking through to see what kind of travel patterns are available for kids. So like, for example, here's one right here that's really cute. This is a watercolor seamless patterns. This is a set right here that's really cute. Here's some right here for Paris vacation. Here's some right here for the summer, and so on and so forth, okay? And so the patterns that I'm going to be using today, though, for this example are going to be this one right here. This is a vintage set of papers that I thought was really pretty, just to show you really quickly how this can go. All right, so this is what I'm using. I've already downloaded this travel pack or this patterns or this set of patterns, and I've already uploaded them into Canva for this specific example. So I'm going to go ahead and go over to my folders here, and then I'm going to start just kind of showing you guys what you can do. So you can see that this is the template here that has the empty background. And so what I'm going to do is just duplicate this really quickly, and then I'm going to drag over this pattern right here. As you can see, it popped over into the background. Now, what I like to do from here is I actually like to start adding different colors from within the patterns that I have to kind of match things up for branding purposes. So as an example, I'm going to hover over this image. I'm going to go here to the color. I'm going to click plus. I'm going to click on this to pick a color from the design. And then maybe I'll pick this really pretty blue color right here. Now I can go over here And the thing I love about using Canva for is that anytime that you have a color that you are selecting in things or that you add to your designs, it saves it, okay? So I'm gonna just go ahead and use this to change the color of this background to this. So we're done with that. Now the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start changing up the fonts. So here is where you can go into Canva and you can start looking at different fonts or just find a font that you really like. For this example though, I'm just going to use one that's already pulled up, which is DM Sans, and then I'm going to go ahead and click all of the other elements or the fonts in this design to change these to change the fonts to DM Sans. So I'm going to click on the back, change this to DM Sans, and I'm going to click here, change this to DM Sans, and then I'm going to change this to DM Sans as well. Now the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lighten up the colors here because this is a little too dark, right? You can't see it. So I'm going to change this to a lighter color, and I'll probably use this, or you could use white, but I'm just going to go ahead and lighten this up to make that easier to see. All right. And then what I could potentially do is change this color as well. And I can change this to a darker brown to make that easier to see. And so there you go. So that right there is within minutes. I've changed up this cover, I've changed the fonts, and it looks pretty different from what we had previously, right? All right, so then what I can do is go over to my interior, all right? And then what I can start doing is making some changes to the interior. And I think this is where people get mixed up. A lot of people try to take interiors and templates and use them as is. That is a big no-no. You always want to make things as different as you possibly can. And so the templates and people that are in my community are saying this all the time, that this saves them so much time instead of having to start from scratch and figure out, how do I design this thing? This right here saves them time. So I'm going to just show you really quickly some of the things you can do to make your templates and make this template different and what I would do. First thing I would do is I'm going to unlock this, and then I'm going to change the look of this. So instead of just doing a straight line, maybe I can change this to maybe a dotted line, okay? Then what I can do is, of course, come in and start changing up the fonts. So instead of doing My Epic Travel Journal, I can do something like My Fun Traveling. I can bring this down, and then I can do Adventures Journal or something like that. And then I'm going to decrease the size here, and then there you go. Now I'm also going to change up the fonts, remember, because I want this to match up the fonts on the front cover for branding purposes, just to kind of keep things as consistent as I can. So remember, in the previous example, I used DM Sans, and so that's the same font that I'm going to use here. So I'm going to change this, and then I'm going to change this, and then that should be that. And then I'm going to come down here, and then I'm going to change this to DM Sans as well. All right, and then I can click change all. All right, so everything now should be DM Sans. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find a different kind of icon to use here instead of this airplane. So I can go over into Canva, into Elements, and I can type in travel icon. All right, and then the next thing I'm going to do is click this little button here, and I'm going to click free to find something that is free to use. So I'll use this little luggage icon. I think this works perfectly for this journal, and then I can position this in the center, and there you go. All right, so right there we've changed the look and the feel of the first page. All right, so now I'm going to change this icon to match the same icon that I've used on the previous page. And then what you can do if you really wanted to make this look different, of course, is you could come over to Elements, and you can just add a square that matches the first page around here. So do this. Okay, and then I'm going to go here. I'm going to make this a size 2, and then I'm going to make this clear. Right, there we go. All right, so places I've visited, what I can do is I can remove this, and then maybe I can just add the same little icons, right, to go into the corners of this page. So here you go. There you go. And then we have my favorite locations. Maybe you can add some kind of border here or something like that. Just anything that you can think of, guys, to make your designs look different, okay? All right, so my favorite pics or trip pics, what I could do is I could just delete this, And then I can just do, you know, my favorite memories or something like that. And then of course I'm going to have to reduce this size. Let's try about a 36. Yep, I think that'll work. And then I can make this a little bit smaller, and I can go to position. And all right, so it's already centered. And then I can change this font to the DM Sans. And then I can take some of the space out of the middle by going here. And there we go. Okay, so there's that. And then here is the interior for the journal. Now, this is a journal that repeats, so everything for the most part is going to look the same. But what I like to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to grid view really quickly. And the first, I think it's about 2 pages in here. Yeah, that are the same. So these 2 pages repeat. So I want to make these look different, right? So what I'm going to do is this font has already been changed. So the next font that I want to change is going to be this one. So I'm going to go ahead and instead of using Brittany, I'm going to use DM Sans. Okay, and then I'm going to maybe decrease this a little bit to make that look different. And then I'm going to go to DM Sans. I'm going to just click change all, and that should immediately change all of these fonts. So you see that? All right. Okay. And then all of these fonts have been changed as well. Now, something else you can do is instead of using the little icons that you have here, you can go in and just add your own things to really wake this up. You can add a really nice border around here and around the first 2 pages, whatever you want to do. But the whole thing is that you just want to do things to really make it look different, not the same as everybody else's. Like even for this, you can add a border around this, right, to make this look different. So you see, just little things, subtle things that really make things stand out. Okay, so these are the first 2 changes that I've made, or the pages that I've made, the changes that I've made to these main pages here, 1 and 2. So now what I'm going to do is all of the rest of the pages in here, it goes to 100 pages. I'm going to delete these, and then I'm going to copy these first 2 pages because these are the ones that I want to repeat. So in order to do this really quickly, guys, what you want to do is you want to come to the document, or not document, but the page that you want to delete. You want to hold down Control, or just select that, and then you want to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And then you want to do Control Shift and then select the last page and let go. It's going to highlight all of these pages. And then you just want to click delete these 92 pages. All right, so it's only going to leave this. From here, I'm going to hold down Control. I'm going to select this. And then I want to start duplicating these pages. Okay, and then you're going to do this all the way until you get to 100, basically 100 pages. So I'm going to hold Control, I'm going to do Control Shift, and I'm going to let go. And then I'm just going to keep duplicating until I get to 100 pages. So you guys can get that. And you'll just kind of keep going until you get to 100 pages. So once I'm at 100 pages, I'll show you the final result. Okay, so now I am at 100 pages for the interior of my journal, in which I've changed up some things. I've changed the cover, the first page, I've changed this a little bit, and I've changed some of the other things inside of this journal to try to make it as different as I could from the original, right? And then we've also changed the page or the cover for this. Now what you can do is once you've done with all of your changes, you'll just go ahead and download this as a PDF file, a PDF print file. And then I like to do CMYK, best for professional printing, for both the cover and the interior. And then you will upload these into KDP. You'll do your keywords, all of that good stuff. And that's going to be journal number 1. Now, if you want to do another journal that's travel related, you can just duplicate this and you can come in and follow the same process. So maybe for the second vintage type journal, maybe I want to do this, and I'll just drag this here. And then what I can do is kind of follow the same process. I'm going to select one of the colors in here, not this pink, but I want the red. All right, I think that looks really nice. And then I'm going to change the outline color to something else. It's a little bit brighter, or maybe this blue, kind of like that. All right, and then I'm going to change the background to red to match. And then I can change this to blue. Okay, kind of like that. And then I can change up the fonts here and so on and so forth. So you guys get it. So maybe I'll use Montserrat as the next font. All right. Then we're going to go through and do this. Then we'll do Montserrat, Montserrat, There you go. Okay, so that's the other journal. Now, if you really want to, what you could do, instead of using the same symbol or the same element here, you can actually go through and you can go and find something like labels. Okay, I'm gonna go to elements and type in labels. And then you can actually find another element like a label to use in its place to really try to make it different. So I'm going to go here to free to find free items. And then maybe instead of using this, you can use something like this. So you see there's so many things that you can do here to make things look different, right? And then you can use the same color here, and that looks good. That looks really good actually. So we can bring this up, bring this up, bring this up, bring this up, and bring this up. Right? And then for the outline here, I use that blue, and I really like that. So you see how quickly I did that. So this is the one journal, and this is the first one, this is the second one. Done, already done, okay? Minutes. And then here, you're gonna go back to this interior, and then what you'll do is just go to File, make a copy to make a copy of this, and then you can restart the whole process of changing all of the fonts, changing the interior of it, changing the first page, the second page, this page, all of these different things. You want to make some simple changes to really try to make things your own custom and unique journal, okay? But I just wanted to show you guys that instead of struggling, for hours trying to figure out, how to design things from scratch, that templates can really be a huge time saver for you. You can see how easily you can crank out journals in like 10 journals in a day, really, if you just took the time to kind of go through things and follow along with this same kind of process. So I hope you guys enjoyed this and kind of get the idea behind how you can go about creating journals quickly as quickly as possible using templates, especially if you're design challenged instead of starting from scratch. So I hope y'all like this video. Please be sure again to like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that good stuff. And for those of you that are interested in getting a hold of these templates, they are available in the Journal Creators Collective. The link is going to be below, and I'll be happy to answer any questions that you have. Okay, guys? I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you soon.